Stir Crazy! Hello, I'm Austin, your host. Let's see what time it is. I think my watch stopped, but it's never a good, or never a bad time to kill your landlord, right? It's the problem with being your own landlord, though. And, you know, time is meaningless. It's a flat circle these days. Prophylactic for my organ. See, we're back with the organ jokes. All right. Today, since I'm day drinking, it's like a little after 3, but who gives a shit, right? I'm going to have a day-themed drink, the Tequila Sunrise. 3 o'clock in the afternoon's like sunrise when you're a burgeoning alcoholic, right? And isolating at home. It's just a constant cycle of cooking and cleaning. Oh, that reminds me of today's sponsor, the fun new home game that everybody's playing, Isolation from Lakeside, defunct since, I don't know, 1983 or so. Okay, so back to it. The Tequila Sunrise. 1.5 ounces of tequila, 3/4 of a cup of orange juice, 3/4 ounce grenadine with an orange slice and a fancy maraschino cherry for a garnish. We're all out of maraschinos, so, but I have some grenadine. So let's get to it, shall we? Let's get this out of the way. All right, normally I would pour in the booze first, but I'm going to measure enough for 2 of these. Orange juice wise. Whoa! Looks like 1.25 cups. And we're out of orange juice, but that's okay. I've got a trick that we're going to try here in a minute to alleviate that. So, all right, there's that. Now, I'm going to add my tequila. Oh, yeah, here's our other sponsor, of course, Sauza. Look for it in the square bottle so it doesn't roll out from under the driver's seat. All right, so 1, 2, and 3. All right, so of course I'm making 2, but I'm going to be drinking alone this afternoon. And that reminds me of a tradition from back at the apartment with Ben and Zach when I lived in Chicago, the hobo decanter. You just turn him on and let him ride if you're drinking alone, and then you're not really drinking alone. You got a friend. And he has kind of a hilariously slow song. Okay. So there's that. And I forgot one thing. I'm going to need a spoon. And we'll show you why in just a moment. All right, so these actual tequila sunrises, I'm going to save for this evening when the wife gets home. And I want to see 2. Suppose I should give this a stir real quick. I want to see if the trick that I have for layering will work for, well, if it will stay layered while it's in the fridge. I guess we'll just find out and see. So I'm going to divide this between 2 glasses. 2 jars, so I can just put it right in the fridge. Oh boy, getting kind of close there. Perfect. All right, so those must be 3/4 cup jars, and I guessed on that. So now we've got our spoon, and the point of the spoon is so that we can layer our grenadine to the bottom. You just pour over the back of the spoon. I'm all out of cherries for a garnish, unfortunately. but at least I still have some grenadine. So you just pour over the back of the spoon gently. Oh. That seemed to do all right, but I was a little aggressive with that pour, and I suppose I should save a little grenadine for my other drink. Okay, but as you can see, the thick grenadine goes right to the bottom. Cheers. All right, so the theme of this has been quarantinis, and it's partly because I was isolated at home, and the reason being is because I was sick. More on that in a bit. Now, I started Googling quarantinis, and it looked like they beat me to the punch, and they were already mixing drinks using emergency. Tastes like liquid Flintstones. And I was like, no, okay. If I do this, it's going to be derivative, and it's kind of tacky, but I mean, that's me. I'm derivative and tacky. I mean, you've seen my place, right? Oh, by the way, shout out to Larry, who did these witch paintings. Which paintings, you ask? The fucking ones with Larry on them, see? Larry. I love these paintings, by the way. And he did Wonder Woman back here, too. Linda Carter. Okay. Shout out to Linda Carter. So, 3/4 cup of orange juice, right? Well, here's going to be our orange juice. This stuff's kind of thin, though. So I'm going to use 3 packets, and, you know, can't hurt, right? Certainly won't help things necessarily. I think you can only absorb so much vitamin C in a day, but we want a nice, viscous, thick orange juice substitute, right? All right, I think that's about 3/4. Ooh, this is it up. So much for measuring. Gritty. So yeah, I was sick, and you'll be glad to hear that I'm, of course, feeling better. But I thought I'd talk about that a little bit, and since people have been saying that I should actually drink on camera, why not? I'll sit and have a drink with you and talk a little bit about things. Okay, so there's our orange juice. I don't know how thick it is. It's sure foamy enough, because that's what I love in a drink, is a foamy drink. Nice foamy beer. Nice foamy martini. Hope you guys don't have FOMO out there. Oh, God. All right. Oh, I should be stirring with this, really. All right, it looks like it's defoaming and looking kind of thick and orange juice-like. Temperature's just perfect, too. Room. Okay, so need a glass. Hot Pawpaw, that's mine. All right, and did we get 3/4 cup? Yeah, about so. All right. Oh, and of course we need the tequila. What the hell did I do with it? There it is. So, 1.5. Boy, that's all she wrote. I didn't plan this. I just got really tired of gin. So, pour this into our glass. Layer on or in some grenadine. There. Doesn't that look appetizing? And then we take our long-suffering orange and we make some orange wheels. Look at this poor fellow. All right. There. Festive. And we'll use our imagination for the fancy maraschino cherry. Now, sit down with you guys for just a minute here, and we'll see what we think about this drink. I might have to conjure somebody to finish this. So yeah, I was sick, and oh, our sponsor Emergency also makes clown noses. Can you see that? But yes, so I was sick. And I remember it as though it was last week, because it was. Thought it might have been the flu, but who knows, because they wouldn't do a swab. But I diagnosed it as an acute case of mogo on the agogo. Well, it was acute, but frankly, it was downright ugly, if you ask me. Reminds me of the time I had double malaria when I was on safari in the Serengeti. At first I thought it was an errant hair in my throat. And as we'd been hunting lions, we were eating a lot of pussy on the trip, so I didn't think much of it. But the discomfort continued. Ugh. There was soreness in my lymphatic nodes up along the jawline. Restless sleep, night sweats, daytime sweats. Well, sweatpants. Mucilaginous mucous membranes tickling my throat and tonsils. I was able to loosen the viscous boogers and laryngitis by taking shots of tequila, which I had flown in direct from Washington State by autogyro. Oh, I forgot. Well, this'll have to do. Yes. So, symptoms included, but were not limited to lethargy, exhaustion, long periods of holding on the phone line at the local witch doctor, masturbation, Mae West blouse syndrome, which is tightness in the chest area, aching in the joints, aching for a joint, water on the knee. I don't usually touch this stuff myself, but I was shaking so bad I was just spilling it everywhere. Fits and spurts of diarrhea. Lots of trips to the WC. A lot of watery William Claude Dukin films, if you know what I mean. Low-grade fever. Low marks on my back from laying around all the time. Low marks from my wife. Headache. Slight cough.
nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, but that was just the liquor.
Well, all right, everybody. Stay hydrated, or at least well lubricated.